Hi, my name is Andy Tucker, and I'm the Program Director for Restoration ATL, also known as RATL.
I'm Jay, I'm Andy's assistant, and we're over at our second location on Springdale, and we're here to invite you to be with us on one of our weekends.
All right, so now we're in the cafeteria, and this is actually where our weekend starts on Friday nights. We come in and we have dinner with the residents, we grab our plates, we sit at tables with the residents, and that's the start of the weekend and the start of the conversations and the relationships. We start with Friday night dinner, and then Friday night we do an ice cream party, which is a great time, once again, just to connect with the residents, to get to know folks, and just to have a fun introduction to Springdale and to being with the residents.
And after our ice cream, we play games, so we have an opportunity to play Uno, to color, to draw, to really kind of build on that relationship that was formed around dinner, an opportunity to once again be with and to hang out.
Mm-hmm. And then that's afterward we move into a debrief time where we meet with our team that's here for the weekend, and we talk about what's happened that evening, our goals for the weekend, and we really get to sit down and process through together what it means to be with and what that looks like here on campus, and what we're learning from that process, and how God's speaking to us through being with. And that wraps up our Friday night.
On Saturday mornings, we're back in the cafeteria, and we have breakfast around 7:30 or 8. And after breakfast, we separate into two different groups. I take some of the volunteers and the children who live here, and we have our Bible story, a craft, we have music, structured game, and have an opportunity to kind of bond while we study and play together. And after our time of Bible stories and crafts is over, we normally go outside, play on the playground, play basketball, give the kids an opportunity to kind of release some of that energy and bond with the volunteer groups that are here.
And while the kids are doing that, on Saturday mornings I take some of the other volunteers and we work with the ladies, the moms and the single ladies that are living here at the shelter. And our time is all about coming together and giving the ladies a space for creative expression, to allow themselves to share who they are with the volunteers that are here, and to allow the volunteers to open up and share who they are with the residents. And out of that space, which usually involves some kind of craft or art activity, so much great conversation is born. Sharing about God, about our personal stories, about our testimonies, about who we are and where we're going, happens every single week, and it's such a blessing to get to be part of that conversation.
So after our morning activities are completed, we gather again for lunch, and lunch leads right into one of the favorite times of the weekend, which is bingo. And so Andy talks a lot about infusing celebration into our weekend, and so it's an opportunity for kids and moms and for volunteers all to play a game where everybody's equal, and we have this opportunity to play together, which really builds those relationships, and provides an opportunity to laugh and to be goofy with one another.
And then after bingo, we move into a time of rest, just to give us a little bit of downtime during the afternoon, because it's a full day. And then after that, we move right into our final debrief, which is our last time to gather together as a volunteer group and talk about what's happened this weekend and share our experiences with one another. At RATL, we believe that being with is more transformative than doing for, and the whole entire weekend here at Springdale is built around that idea, that walking alongside the residents is transformative, not only for us, but also for them. And during our final debrief, this is time for us to sit together and talk about how being with this weekend has impacted our lives, and how we've seen that impact this community.
So the second cornerstone of RATL is this understanding of restoration and how we're all in need of God's restoration. And so when you are being with others, it provides us an opportunity to be vulnerable and recognize our own need for restoration, as well as the restoration that God is speaking into others' lives as well. So when we come into this place as a volunteer and resident, those barriers are broken down, and we can recognize how God is working through the Holy Spirit in our lives, and we can recognize how that transformation and restoration is taking place in another life as well.
So our final debrief is another place to explore the idea, how we've seen transformation happen over the weekend in our own lives and in the community here at Springdale. And that's what the weekend looks like. So we'd love to have you come on down and check out what God's doing here at Springdale. If you'd like more information, check out our website at restorationatl.org.